What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Thank you for stopping in. Today I got a good one for you. We are taking a look at some of my favorite EDC knives that come in under that $75 price point. Before we dive in, double check and make sure you are subscribed to the channel here. I'd love to have you. Hit that thumbs up before you head out. I really appreciate it, everyone. It helps push the video out there so more people get a chance to check it out. And let me know what you're carrying in your pockets today down in the comments. Love hearing from everyone and what you're carrying. So a lot of people are in a lot of different price points when it comes to buying knives. Prices they won't go over, prices they stay under, and I try to cater to as many different price points as I can. I like to do updated videos throughout the year, and here we are. I've done under 50 recently, under 60, and now we're doing under 75. We're going to kick the video off with the Civ Starflare. Now, Civ, there could have been quite a few different models in this position, but the Starflare here, it's just a really unique knife. It's a great combination of a unique knife, good materials, and a really solid build. We have that nasty Wharncliffe blade coming in Nitro V. It has a two-tone finish with dual thumb studs for the deployment. We have a full aluminum handle and a deep carry pocket clip that's going to be reversible. We have incredible action with this button lock. The springs in this knife are extremely well done, and then the button placement is nice, and we do have good solid lockup. We have the Pac-Man pivot there, as I call it. It looks good. It's a very unique design, but a very solid design in more ways than one. Now, next up we have the Remmet, and this is, I believe it's the WD17. There's a couple different knives that they have in varying price points, and then they have a premium version just like this one. But we have a sandblasted, it's like a high polish sandblast. This is coming in 14C. We have dual thumb studs, nice drop point blade. It takes wear pretty good. The action on this is really damn good. I took a gamble on this knife when I bought it. Remmet's a decent up and coming company, but they've shown some things to me that I haven't liked. They've shown some things that I have liked, and this one I've grown to really like it. I like the style of the button there. It's more of a rectangle than it is a circle. We have some nice black micarta for the handle material as well as the back spacer. We have a standard deep carry steel rollover clip here. Will be reversible, little lanyard hole there. It's a good size and good materials and comes well in under that $75 price point. Great little choke up area here for a lot of control. You can get up on that tip for more precise cuts. I really like the size of this knife, the materials, and the price point of this knife, and the performance of this knife has been really good. And then to top it all off, it has really good springs internally for that very satisfying thumb and reverse flick. And then as far as the closing action, it is really good. Buttery smooth on the close. Really big fan of this knife, and I look for Remmet to continue climbing that ladder and putting out better and better quality. Next up, we have a knife that I have no idea how it is this cheap. This knife comes in under 75 as well. I paid, at one point, this knife was like $110. This is the Kaiser Cobalt, and this is the aluminum and 4V version. They have a micarta and 154 version that is equally really good. If you're looking for this style of knife though, this is definitely the one I would go with over the micarta version. You're getting a black washed 4V blade that is a modified sheep's foot, black aluminum handles. We have a textured aluminum back spacer, a nice deep carry clip. Not going to be reversible on this model, probably due to aesthetics, I'm going to guess. And then we have good access to that liner and got that Kaiser action, guys. It's got an incredibly good detent. Thumb flick, reverse flick are absolute money on this thing. And then the front flipper is done a little different. but it works really well. So really no complaints. The jimping is a little, it's not aggressive enough for me to call it a really good front flipper. It's good, but it could be even better if the jimping was even a little bit more texturized, I guess you could say. But it's good, and this would make a great combo knife between EDC and work. And coming in well under $75 is absolutely insane to get something like this. One of the surprises on this list, maybe not, but this knife has really blown me away since getting it in. This is the QSP Gorilla. Comes in around like 65 bucks full retail. 14C28N on that drop point blade. Has a nice washed finish to it. We have this half moon cutout and a rear flipper tab that is very, very well done. The detent on this knife is really good. Nice and strong, nice and stout, and it's a really good size as well with a very usable blade shape. Love the micarta they did on this. It has a nice layer to it. It's got a good color to it. We do have a G10 backspacer. Steel liners have a lot of internal milling. The pocket clip is a lower mounted style, but it carries pretty deep. You have a little bit that pokes out there, good enough to get some good surface area and pull it out of the pocket. Love this knife. It is one of my favorite affordable knives from QSP in a long time, and I actually would prefer this knife right here over say like the Penguin or something like that. This is really well done, really stepped up in my opinion from what QSP has done in the past. This knife right here is one of my favorite budget button locks ever. The CJRB Frack comes in well under 75 bucks. This thing is an absolute monster EDC knife. We have a RPM 9 drop point style blade here with the PVD coating. We have this cutout for deployment, and it's done really well in combination with the placement of the hole, the size of the hole, and the springs that are in there. It just makes for a very satisfying open. We have a nice full finger choil there. It's going to give you a ton of control over this entire knife. You can use that to also get up on the tip for them precise detailed type cuts. This one has the steel handle with the texturing done, and then we have open construction with a couple of standoffs, triangular milling. I like this knife so much that I put a CJRB milled tie clip on it to really round out the aesthetics of this knife. And like I said, the action on this thing is ridiculous. A lot of people have told me after getting the Frack that they absolutely love it. If you haven't had a chance to check the Frack out and you like a little bit larger knife, you like a standard plunge lock, this is a great option from CJRB. So we got the last two here, and these are probably the last two are probably my favorites on this list. We have the OffGrid Knives Rhino V2 here, and for people who've been around the channel for a little bit, know how much I love OffGrid and their ability to put out a phenomenal cutting tool. And to get this knife under 75 bucks is absolutely ridiculous. Coming in a very well done 154 cm steel. We have that drop point style blade with their gray finish on it. We have the best flipper tab execution in my opinion that I've ever seen. The way this flipper tab is done, it gives you the ability to truly do a light switch very nicely because the detent is tuned to perfection, but you can do a really solid push button on this, a true push button flipper tab. Because it's rounded that way and the detent strength, you can really load up on that flipper and it just comes a hellin' out of there. And if your hands aren't sweaty or anything like that, you can thumb flick it out, and I think I can I can reverse flick it out if my hands aren't all sweaty, but my hands are kind of sweaty right now. We have textured G10 handles, a nice minimal deep carry clip that's been recessed. It is going to be reversible. If you're looking for a real cutting tool, something that's going to get the job done, not break the bank, come in great materials, this is a fantastic option for you. And so far, at least this year, and even maybe leading up to years past, I fell in love with the Raccoon design from Vosteed originally when it first came out in the button lock, the standard button lock. It had some of its faults, right? It had some of its issues, but since then they've done the crossbar lock version, which is amazing and could be here as well. But then they recently put out the top liner lock version, and this thing is an absolute game changer, guys. It gives you a lot more robustness with the lock. It's going to be way stronger. I've never had a compression style lock fail. So that is a tall tale sign that you have a great locking system there. We have a drop point blade with a coating on it. There's going to be a ton of different flavors of this knife. Coming in 14C, we have anodized aluminum thumb studs, which are done and placed very well on this knife. We have this nice little 50-50 area that you can choke up, get a ton of control over that blade. You can also use that to get up on this tip here for them precise cuts. We have some black micarta for this model here. We have their standard lower mounted deep carry clip that's been recessed. We have a filler tab, which means this is left hand friendly. Absolutely love this design. If you haven't had a chance to check out a Raccoon with the crossbar lock or the top liner lock, highly recommendable. A fantastic value in materials, build quality, very satisfying to open and close, and it's also going to be very dependable with that 14C and that compression style lock. It's almost a no-brainer. And there's a crossbar version with the sheep's foot and the drop point. I look for them to eventually do a sheep's foot blade with the top liner lock as well. I don't believe it's out there yet or been announced yet, but I believe it'll be coming soon enough. But this is a great size, going to be in a lot of people's wheelhouses for size, for materials, and for price tag. Just a phenomenal knife. Now, let me know what some of your favorite knives are that come in under that $75 or so price point. One of your favorites or several of your favorites, and then that helps me for the next time put a video together in this price range. And I just love hearing from you guys. Also, if you didn't throw your carry down there for the day, throw that in. I love seeing what you guys are carrying, and that also gives me ideas on video topics or knives to look at in the future about picking up. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. I always appreciate that, everyone. It truly helps the video. If you're new here, we release videos just like this one every single day. I'd love to have you here. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you know anytime I release a video. I'll put up a couple of other new videos. Go check one of them out. Really helps the video as well. I hope you have an awesome day. Thanks again for watching, and I will catch all of you on the next one.